Hi, my name is Evie. If you're interested in cloth diapering, stick around. I'm going to tell you about my favorite pocket diapers. Have you been searching this platform and looking for modern cloth diaper information and not finding anything that's like even remotely within the same era of the cloth diaper trend that we're in? I have seen a lot of people talk about coming to YouTube for cloth diapering information, and a lot of it is like 3, 4, 8 years old, which it's all great information. A lot of it is still accurate, but some of those brands that they're talking about aren't readily available anymore. They've closed down, they've changed manufacturers, they've changed quality. So I'm going to talk about some of my favorite cloth diapers that are currently in the market that you can find now. I do have several discount codes for some of these brands. I am an affiliate for some of them, but I'm just going to show you some of the ones that I really like, and then a couple of other diapers that I also have in my stash that are kind of just like an honorable mention, so stick around. Okay, so up first I have this Beach Buns cloth diaper. This one is really nice. I really like that it has like the double hip snaps, so if you bring these over you can cross them over. But what I really like them for is if you have like a toddler like mine that's really skinny, really slim, this bottom hip snap kind of just makes sure that you secure that bottom hip, the bottom snap, so that their legs don't have any kind of gaps. So this is one of my favorites. This one also has a colored athletic wicking jersey, so it's nice and cooling for the baby, but also it doesn't show stains as much. And of course the elastic. One of my picky things about the pockets on these is the elastic in the back. I'm not a huge fan of elastic pockets. This one's kind of up there because of the design style and the fact that it has the crossover snaps, the 2 hip snaps. But the pocket isn't my favorite. This pocket is kind of small, so over time, while I do think these are going to last quite a bit, you are going to see some wear and tear on this back elastic from having to stretch it so often to stuff it. So this is one of my favorite pockets as far as like the designs, the styles, the prints, but the pocket is not my favorite at all. On the opposite end of that, I have a new style of the Lighthouse Kids Company. Now this one, if I had to start over with cloth diapering, I did not know about Lighthouse Kids Company back then. I would have totally gone with some Lighthouse Kids Company, especially with the new style that they have. These are, it's like my pleasure to stuff these diapers. Look at how big this pocket is. Like, I don't even have to stretch the elastics. There's gonna be zero wear and tear on this elastic just from me stuffing. Like, it's so easy to stuff. I think they call it the easy stuff pocket. But anyways, this is an incredible pocket diaper. This is the size Supreme, but I also have a size 1, which is I think called, I also have the size 1, the Signature. My son fits into both of them perfectly right now, and it's just one of my favorite diapers. The prints are beautiful. Vanessa designs them all herself. She did send me these for content, to make content with them, and chef's kiss, these are amazing. These are beautiful. I love the stuff that she's changing with them recently. They did used to have the logo on the back, and they switched to the logo on the side, which I absolutely love. I do know that a lot of people had issues with the back tag leaking, especially like for a smaller baby that's on their back a lot. This one, you're not going to have that kind of issue. It's kind of hard to get a tag on the back without the leaking because they have to reinforce it somehow, and often that means just adding more and more holes. So for that reason, this is one of my favorites as well. Probably my favorite elastic pocket for sure. Like, I love it. Up next is going to be a Kinder diaper, and this one is very similar to the Beach Buns diaper. This one, I think I just kind of like the prints a little bit more classic, where these are going to be more like whimsical prints. These are going to be a little bit more like timeless classic prints. This one does also have a little bit of a smaller pocket similar to the Beach Buns. This one does not have the bottom hip snap. It just has the regular 1, 2, 3. It's got a nice tummy panel. These both have the 3x5 rise settings. It's got a center snap. I believe the Lighthouse Kids also has as many. So these are very adjustable. They can get down to fit a very small baby. Yeah, that's another one of my favorites just for like the prints and stuff. It's very timeless. Another one, similar style as well, is going to be the Good Village. So these are all kind of similar. This one, like I said, is going to be like the more whimsical prints. This one's going to be more like the timeless classic prints. This one's going to be more like the skater vibe prints. She does have several different styles and different prints, but like these are kind of like her more popular prints. This is like the skateboard theme. This one, I don't like the tummy panel as much on. I feel like some of the tummy panels on the others are a little bit bigger. Like here's a comparison. But overall, this is a great pocket, and one of its unique features is the thickness of the back elastic. So this is like a full 1-inch elastic on the back. These do have a medium-sized pocket, so the stuffing isn't too hard. Like you don't have to stretch the elastics too much to get that. One complaint that I have seen is that since the back elastic is so thick, you might have a harder time getting the wings around the baby because this isn't going to want to stretch as much. I haven't had any issues with it personally, but a lot of people have said that they've like popped some stitches just trying to get this to pull around their baby. So that's just something to be mindful of if you do end up picking up a pocket that has a thicker back elastic like this. They are like blowout proof, essentially. Like there's nothing is getting past this. This is so sturdy. Yeah, these have worn great for my son. I've had this one for at least a year. I was one of her first reps. So for pretty much all of these brands, except for Beach Buns, I don't have a code for Beach Buns. But for the rest of these, I think I might have a code for to save money if you're interested in picking up any of these. This one is a Happy Beehinds. Now these, I love Happy Beehinds. She did send me these to try out, and this is kind of similar to the last few styles that I've showed you. This one has a nice big tummy panel and the colored athletic wicking jersey, or the printed athletic wicking jersey rather. This is like the silkiest athletic wicking jersey on any of the pockets that I have. It's so nice. And the pocket on it is nice and big. Like I also don't have any issues stuffing this one. It's not as big as a Lighthouse Kids Company one, but it's bigger than the other three with the width. It's got the 3 snaps, no bottom hip snap, but some people feel like it's an extra snap that's unneeded. Some people feel like it's absolutely needed. It's totally up to you. Everybody's going to be a little bit different with their styles, but this is another great option. Happy Beehinds is one of the brands that I work with the most, and shopping with them is just incredible. It's like you can find a lot of these brands at Happy Beehinds, so if you ever wanted to shop and try all of these different types of pockets, you can probably find them there. This is another one. This one's a very unique style. Started working with Cleverly as well. And this one has the double leg gusset. I also really like Little Mount Clothco that has the same style of gusset. I just don't have any clean right now. So that one would be up here with my favorites as well, but I don't have any clean right now. I only have a few of those. But some of the unique features of this one are the tummy elastic. So this does still have a tummy panel, so that'll keep your baby dry. It has a double open, so you can stuff from the front or you can stuff from the back. This does also have a snap, so if you have one of their inserts, you can snap it into the front and the back so that it stays sturdy in place. It's got nice thick back elastics, very similar to the size of the elastic on the Good Village. So these are going to be probably some of the thickest back elastics, but the difference is on this one, it's not competing with another elastic. So this is just one single back elastic, whereas this one has 2 of these extra thick back elastics. So this one, you're not going to have any issues with stretching. It doesn't strain the elastic more than it needs to. Okay, so one of the differences here is the other diapers had the 2 snaps here and then one on the top. This one actually has it on the bottom. So if you have a baby with skinny legs, this one's going to be great for them because it's going to hold that snap in at the bottom so that your leg hole isn't compromised at all. Another one of my favorite features about these, for the fact of the double gusset, if you have a heavy wetter and you need to stuff the crap out of your nighttime diapers, this is the diaper to do it with. This is going to make it so easy. Like, it gives it extra depth. If you were to stuff a bunch of inserts into this pocket diaper, this elastic would slowly start to come off of your baby's leg. But if you stuff one of these pocket diapers with a bunch of extra absorbency for overnight, this elastic is going to stay in place. This elastic is going to come down a little bit, so it gives a little more pocket depth. So for those heavy wetters, this is definitely one. And they're actually doing something very unique, which they're doing a try a diaper or a try a trainer discount code on their website. So if you want to try Cleverly cloth diapers, I do have an affiliate link. You can go to my link and you can go find the pocket diapers on their website, and there's a code. I think it's try a pocket. You can get one for $3. So your first pocket diaper will be $3. Try it out. If you like it, then you can come back and get more. You can use my discount and save, I think 10%. But those are great. This is another one with a very unique style. This one is Arcadia's Nursery. Has a nice big tummy panel. The elastics on this are super stretchy. Like in comparison to some of the other brands, they're not like this one, it's got a nice stretch. But if you look at the Arcadia stretch, like it's no comparison. This one is so much stretchier. This one's got a lot of different snaps as well. It's a 3x4 rise, so a lot of different configurations. But the biggest unique factor about this one is the back panel. So you have the tummy panel in the front and you have the back panel in the back. This one is going to hold in any kind of poo explosions that your baby may endure. It's got a nice thick back elastic as well. So this is going to be great for those babies that have a little bit runnier, messier poops. But one thing that I will say is if you have a baby that does tend to like blow out, you want to keep this outside. That way there's the elastic here is holding the lining in place. Otherwise you run the risk of them pooping up into the pocket, and that's just a disaster waiting to happen. I did a review on these a while back on my TikTok channel, and I liked the diaper, but my biggest complaint about it was that my son would just absolutely blow out in these every single time, and it would go into the pocket. And then of course when you're going to spray it, if you clip it up, all the water just accumulates in here. So that was my biggest complaint. But I've since learned that you can leave this lining out. So if you leave the lining out, their poop stays here. And then when you go to spray it, as long as there's no poop on this piece right here, you can flip this inside out so the water does not accumulate there. So there's a little pro tip for you if you do end up trying these Arcadia's Nursery diapers. They're fantastic. They've got so many great prints. So if you're into like the spooky vibe, a lot of them are darker, but so many great prints. Okay, so I feel like everybody knows me for this next one because this is like my favorite, like loud and proud. Everybody knows Evie's favorite brand is Texas Tushies. So Texas Tushies are my absolute favorite, and that is because that is what I have the most of. And they are the most user-friendly, versatile, beginner-friendly. Like this is the most beginner-friendly pocket diaper that you can get. And another biggest thing is because I send my baby to daycare with cloth diapers exclusively, and I have been able to do that because of these Velcro converters that work perfectly with these diapers. One unique thing about the Texas Tushies diapers, which I don't think was unique back in the day, but a lot of the brands have started doing this extended wing, which is great. It's perfect for babies that are a bit larger, but when it comes to adding on a converter like this, you don't want to have that extended wing on your pocket diaper to use this converter because it just causes a lot of extra bulk. So what I like to do is I put this Velcro converter on the front. You can't hide the back. It's going crazy. Okay, so for the Velcro converter, I put it on like that, and then I wrap this around, and then I have basically an extension to the wing that's already on here. If you were to do this with an extended wing diaper that has the extended wing built in, then you're going to get the Velcro overlapping and it's not going to stick, or you have to flip the tab for this onto the other side like this, which it'll work, but then you run the risk of this potentially wrapping around and scraping your baby here. Trust me, I've tried all the different configurations. I've made my own converters. I've tried different systems. If you are a parent and you know that you're going to send cloth diapers to daycare, if your daycare has already approved it, this is the easiest method, and these are the pocket diapers you need. These are amazing. Another complaint that I usually see about the Texas Tushies pocket diapers is the pocket being wide open. I think this is the only one that I have from today's list that has this big wide open pocket, and I don't know why. Like, there's so many brands that are sticking with the elastic pocket diapers, but there's no wear and tear on the elastics when I go to stuff this pocket diaper. This is like the best design for a pocket. More people need to go back to doing the open pocket, but for some people, they think that the poop is going to go into the pocket, but I think it's just a matter of how you're stuffing it, like making sure that you close the pocket correctly and not just like leaving it open. Like if you leave it like that, obviously poop's going to get into the pocket. You got to make sure that when you're putting it on the baby, you're covering that pocket nicely. Her new redesigned diaper is actually going to have the flap for the pocket tuck in, so it's going to look a little bit more like this. The new pocket diapers are going to have Athletic Wiki Jersey in gray. There's going to be an added rise. So if you're shopping Texas Tushies after May 30th or May 31st of 2024, they're going to look a lot different than they do now. They're just going to be an added rise as well. So these are going to be fitting from such smaller sizes. This one, I wasn't able to get a good fit with my son until about 12 pounds because he was so long and skinny. But the new redesigned pocket diapers would have probably fit him a lot sooner. That being said, Texas Tushies is, in fact, my favorite pocket diaper for those reasons. And I could go on and on. You'll probably see a lot more Texas Tushy stuff coming. I'm going to try to get my hands on some of the new styles before they come out. I'll see if Kaylee can send me some, but if not, then after they release, I will get a couple of each different style, and I will show you all the differences and the upgrades that she's made recently. Now for some honorable mentions. Okay, so this one was sent to me by Smart Bottoms. This one is their pull-on diaper. So it looks kind of like a trainer, looks kind of like underwear, but this section here is all PUL. This section here is like a fabric material, like a stretchy fabric material. The uniqueness of this is the inside. It is a pocket diaper because it does have a pocket here. So this is like the tummy section. You stuff it here. There's an insert in there right now, actually. There's no pocket in the back. It does have a tag. My only issue with this one is my personal, like, I got the wrong size, basically. So these fit him, kind of. They do have a gusset here, which can touch the skin sometimes if I pull them up high enough. But overall, this is just not the right size for my son. I went based off of his street clothes, and in reality, my son is cloth diaper 24/7, so his street clothes might be a little bit of a size up, which is also because of his length. He's very tall. So for that reason, I probably should have got like an 18-month sizing, because he probably is closer to like an 18-month around the waist. They fit great, they function great, but I got the wrong size, so it's not my favorite right now. Another honorable mention is Twisted Mystic. This one is a great pocket diaper as well. It's very similar to the style of those other ones. This one is just slightly smaller. This one, I don't have an issue with PUL type. This one is a little bit more of the softer PUL, which is totally fine. A lot of people, this is their preference. These are very soft and like squishy. The material is very silky like, which a lot of people really love. I like it. I don't have any real complaints about it. I do find that they do leak a little bit sooner, so I have to stuff these a little bit more or change them more frequently. But it's just like me as a parent with a heavy wetter. On that same note, this one as well, Redwood Cloth Co. These are great pocket diapers. I absolutely love Lindsay. I love working with her. These are a fantastic pocket diaper. The tummy panel is just to die for. It's so much bigger than some of the other pocket diapers that I have. My only issue with this one as well is the same as the Twisted Mystic. The PUL is just a little too soft for me, which is probably some people's just like, oh, it's too soft, let me go get that one. Yeah, this might be the one that you like the most. The pocket is nice. You do have a little bit of stretch when you stuff them. The wings and the snaps are all great, fantastic. This is one of my favorite pocket diapers as well. Just the style with the super soft PUL is not one of my favorites. Okay, my camera died, but I did want to finish out the video with these last two honorary mentions. This one is going to be Highland Fluff, which is now Highland Baby. They have switched gears, so they only did this one round of pocket diapers, but this is a great pocket diaper, and I just want to touch on it really quick. One of the great things about this pocket diaper is the wings. This is a little bit of an extended and contoured wing, so if you have a baby with skinny thighs, this is great because it'll come around nicely. If you have a baby with chubby thighs, this is great because it'll contour great around those as well. I don't know how that works exactly, but like this is a great shape for the wing. But yeah, I just wanted to mention that. This one does also have a thick back elastic, very similar to the one from the Good Village. Maybe not as thick as the Good Village, but it's still a great thickness. This one is probably a bit on the more rigid side, so it's not as, it is a little bit more tight than some of the other elastics. So that's of Highland Fluff. This last one is a very unique style, at least I think. I know that there was probably a couple of brands that had the similar style like back in the day, but I don't see them putting out any more stuff recently. This is a Veteran Baby Brigade. It's got a front tummy elastic, a nice big tummy panel. This one has a colored red athletic looking jersey, and then just freaking look at this print. Like, come on. If you were an emo girly back in the day, this print probably speaks to you as well. This one has a very nice wing as well. This one's nice and big. It's got the double top and bottom hip snaps. It's got the tag on the side. One of my issues with this one is it is a little bit on the smaller side. It does have the unique ruffles on the edge, and my biggest complaint was the elastics on the inside. Like, they're exposed, which isn't a terrible idea. It's just a little bit aesthetically not, or visually not pleasing. And I feel like it can get compromised pretty easily. Like, if you go in there and stuff it a little too roughly, you could probably damage the elastic. And also just stuffing in general, like, this is a pretty small pocket diaper. They do have another, like, a similar style pocket diaper like the other elastic pocket diapers, and the elastic on that one is so narrow. Like, that was my biggest complaint with it. That's why it's not even here. But she did upgrade it. She did change it. The pocket is much bigger now. I couldn't find that one though for some reason. It might be dirty, so I'm gonna have to do a part 2 because I do have a couple of brands that I wasn't able to find that are probably in the dirty pile because I use them so quickly. But yeah, so that was these. So that is it. Those are my favorite pocket diapers and some honorary mentions. If you like content like this, make sure you like and subscribe. I will be doing a video really soon on my favorite trainers because we are getting pretty close to doing exclusively trainers. My son is now 2.5, so we got to get the ball rolling on this thing. Thank you for watching. Peace.